Oh my God. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. The beginning of the end. Hello, everybody. Welcome. The beginning of the end. Oh, God. Wow. So, guys, hello. So, it's so interesting. I feel like I'm still processing everything that happened, okay? And it's, I wrote several questions related to, but just a few more developments, okay? But it's weird, guys, right? It really feels like this is it, okay? Really, it's kind of like, this reminds me of the moment when I was, I guess, a child, even a teenager. My dad lived, I've talked about it, in a mountainous town in the countryside of Brazil. And there used to be a hill where kids would go down with their bikes, and it was pretty dangerous because you could, hurt your knee and everything. It's kind of like that when the beginning of the hill and you're going downhill. And yeah, it's going downhill now. Hold on. You know what I mean? Tip of the iceberg is usually like there's more to come out, but I feel like the feeling is that for Trump, at least, you know what I mean? It's going downhill for real. Very serious. So I don't know. Hold on. I have a notebook here. Okay, everybody. So I was gonna say, guys, I have here. I don't have today. I'm not outfit too much because sometimes, guys, really, I think it's too much, Too much. Oh, and by the way, I said it. Now I'm like, no, there is more things for me here. Guys, this is a bit a tragedy that happened. Because remember how I had the. Okay, so remember how I had this thing? I washed it in the machine and it shrunk. No, I just have to wash it again. Oh. See, it's like shrunk. Oh no, so I have to do only works in babushka mode. Okay, I might have to. Oh no. Wait, I have, guys, I'll be right back, okay? I need to get hankus. I got hankus. Okay, I'll be right back. I have so many of them. It's ridiculous. I forget to bring because it's so many costumes now. Hard to keep track. Okay, be back. I'll be right back. Okay. So guys, it's so funny because one time I ordered these things. I think I told you before on eBay, and they sent me. These are quite beautiful. Okay, all these vintage handkerchiefs, all of them. So they're not ironed yet, but I washed them and everything. They're very nice. Very nice. See here, sparkle. Sparkles. So let's put it. Let's see this one. Oh, goes with outfit. Oh, no. No, brother. Beginning of the end. So, anyway, I'm prepared. So, guys, anyway, so here. Yeah, but see, it's shrunk. I have to maybe I have to get it wet again because it went into this weird shape. Okay, should I have washed by hand? I did not. I messed it up. So, oh my God. Okay, so, press that on. So, what was I going to say, guys? So, right now, I have these questions, okay, just quickly. Just a few notes. Mark Milley, I believe that's how you spell his name. He's been appointed to the head of Joint Chiefs of Staff. and Dunford's leaving out. Guys, I always had this feeling, you know, I remember I've seen Dunford before against Trump, like really standing up against Trump. So I wonder, okay, so I wonder. And then I also have the question here that people were talking about, oh, this is impeachment. And I've said this before many times, guys. So I've said this many times that the Trump presidency will likely be annulled. But for the first time, I saw an actual lawyer. Yeah, I said to her, excuse me, I thought about it first. I thought about it. I said, you can go back, see my readings. I said it. So her name is Barbara McCrae. I don't know if you're familiar. Of course, we all watch the same channel. So guys, yeah. So she was saying that if the election was, I forgot she used this legal term. It was acquired on if it was done on a I forgot, there was just the terms that she used. Okay, I don't know exactly what she said. You know what I mean? But she said something like, if the means by which the election took place were illegal, then the whole election is illegal. So it has to be annulled. I'm not asking questions. I'm not asking. She said, I said, Barbara McCrae, you'll be surprised because I saw it. I did. I see it a long time ago. So anyway, guys, so that's what, you know, and she said it spontaneously. She said it on air. Okay. So this is it. Okay. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, this is great because, yeah, wow. Huh. And you know, guys, I don't know, all these women, they're amazing. A lot of them have worked with Mueller or worked with people around Mueller. So Blinken next to head. Oh, I also wanted, yeah. Oh, huh. So, that's how many, you know, guys, like I said, this is a little like, I need to stretch it out further. Okay. So what is I going to say? Another time, guys, you know, let me just, because I don't have the pins. It's complicated to find where I put the pins, you know, next time. Fraud, illegitimate. No, illegitimate. It's I guess a legal term of some sort. Okay, that the presidency is illegitimate if it's obviously, well, we know that. But what I'm saying is that she is, because she's a lawyer, she's not, you know, we could talk about it, like, oh, it's so illegitimate. But when a lawyer says something like that, she means it's illegal. Okay? So oh, this is a bit good outfit here for the this one. So you see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit like oh no. So you know what I mean? So this is like, who is she? I want to go out. Oh, it's Barbara McCrae, Morsi. Barbara McCrae, she's somebody who's on television on MSNBC. She's a contributor. You know, they always have these lawyers who give their opinions, and she used to be prosecutor. So she's very good, and she randomly said it. I remember I was watching, and then she brought it up. She said, "Oh, what if this means that this whole presidency is oh yeah, oh really, oh." What about Jill? I love Jill. Jill Weinbank. She has the pins. Oh. Oh. So, you know what I mean? So that's a question. Okay, I want to know. Okay, and then the whole thing, you know, because guys. Oh, and the other thing, as I was looking on Twitter, somebody also brought it up. I don't know if you're familiar with the you know, this a podcast that Rachel Maddow is doing, or did. I've been following it. I've watched most of the episodes, okay, and it said, oh, that's exactly, Jen, exactly, that's what she said. Perfect, exactly, that was the context. She said, if someone comes into the country with a fake visa, it would be illegitimate. The same thing with the presidency, right? If you come into with a fake, right? So it's fraud. Oh. And then the other thing that I was going to say, so going back to this, the other case, oh, this was Neil Katyal. I know Neil Katyal. No, I'm not, you know, because he's the guy who Ari Melber, he always has him on. So he is the guy who wrote the law of the special counsel. So he's very, you know, he's very serious constitutional scholar. So he said, or he also said, the closest precedent that we have is Spiral Agnew, and Spiral Agnew is the subject. he was the vice president of Nixon, and I don't know if it's even coincidence that Rachel Maddow did a series of podcasts about him. Her podcast, I forgot what there's a name for it. I forgot the title, but she did a series of I forgot the name, guys. I really forgot the name, but I've been listening. It's very good, okay, and it's about how he Bagman, exactly, Bagman. So how it's all about how he threatened. He used the same expressions as Trump did, okay. And that's the closest thing. And he was supposed to leave. Okay. He was like, yeah, I have to leave. Oh, because the same thing, there was a state had I think it was Baltimore. There was this investigation into corruption. Okay. So that was it. He was like, you have to go. Yeah, you kind of have to go. I'm sorry to tell you. You have to leave. Yeah. No. President, no. Not him. No. Yeah. So that's him. Oh, to cry. I believe I can cry. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Okay. So yeah. I believe I can cry. So anyway, guys, so that's that. So you know what I mean? So this is very interesting, guys. So now so this is very interesting. Okay, so then these are the contexts. They're the legal scholars, not me. They are discussing, right? So it's just very interesting that they're all thinking of all these things. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, very interesting. So, and the other thing is, which is I saw these lawyers discussing, is that they were talking about how if Trump is not going to be indicted, like he's going to stay, guys. This is the thing. He's going to want to stay. Okay. So he's going to want to stay to protect himself because he knows he's going to have to face justice regardless. Okay. So what is going to be guys would talk about it a lot. Okay. And let me know if you feel like it's redundant, but I feel like it's the scenario. What is the closest scenario? Okay. Right now to this, because guys, okay, I'm sorry. Like it's unprecedented. Never in history has anything like this happened, right? Where the president is called a felon. Yeah. And the Justice Department, I'm calling the president a felon. I am the Justice Department, I'm calling the president a felon. Felon president. Felon president. Right? So you know what I mean? So it's just, guys, I don't think, and I'm sure they have calculated all this. They're not like me, like, oh, haha, saying things. They just have thought about it. They have created paths. You know what I mean? They made it so that, right? So it's just, right? So that's it. Okay, now. Okay. Brown dump effortlessly. No, but because that was there's a bit grotesque. I felt like it was I was like, oh my god, I'll look ugly, too ugly maybe sometimes. Okay, now it's okay. You know what? It's okay. Let's wait a little bit. A little bit. So you know what I mean? So what are the scenario here? Okay, I feel like I've said before, I think he's negotiating with Trump, with Mueller, but the problem here is that, yeah, it's like Nixon is nothing, right? Compared to, so it's just like, guys, here, I feel like this is what I want to know. I want to find out what is the strategy, because this is the thing. As far as we could tell, and I don't know, sometimes if you don't look at the news for an hour, then there's like all this breaking news. I'm not, as far as I've watched last time, him and Giuliani, who are the spokespeople of his strategy, are saying that nothing happened, right? Obviously, it's gaslighting because it's very serious, but they never admit. So I wonder if this is their strategy, okay? Is that their strategy? Is that what it is? That they're like, no, nothing happens. What are you talking about? Oh, no. So I feel like Trump was playing, thinking that he had a cards in his hands. He does not. So what is going to be, what are the options presented to him, and where will he end up taking? Okay. Because like I said, I saw yesterday, guys, I saw yesterday that what it looks like is that they're going to indict the children in New York, especially, probably next week. And then it's gonna fall. Everything is gonna fall, and they're gonna see. You know, he's watching all of this unfold. He can't do anything about it. Okay, and yeah. So, but Pence, I already talked to guys. I always said, don't ask. I have done enough Pence. Okay, there's no about Pence. He's done. He's screwed. He's over. But the point is, like, okay. So then. Okay, so that's that. Now, what's going to be his strategy going forward? This is the question. What is going to be his strategy? Because so far, Juliana's like, no, nothing happened. No, nothing happens. No. Why? So they're pretending that nothing happened. Of course, very, very, very serious things happen. Okay, so like I said yesterday, I saw it all that they're going and everything. So this is how I want to. So what is the exit scenario? Let's see here. Exit scenarios. Okay. And okay. And then the other, what is that here? This is it, okay? So that's it. Okay, now if you watch, guys, you should listen to Bagman. Rachel was talking about how they made him. They said, look, you have to leave. Okay, they pretty much go to him and they give, it's not the same treatment as the president. Okay, they're just like, just go, bitch, bye. So, but like I said, it's not like he's gonna go. He's still gonna have to. I don't think any of these people are gonna, because guys, if we think about, the more I'm talking to you, the more I'm thinking, the more I'm discussing, like, it's so nice to sometimes to talk, because then new ideas crystallize. Okay, basically, how serious it is. What they said in that indictment is extremely serious. They put all the cards on the table. Okay, they said we are gonna, that's it. They said everything that they have on Trump, because they would not have put it out there if it wasn't already pretty serious, okay, and pretty, you know what I mean. And so this is it, okay. And then okay, now that's that. Now let's look into it, guys. Okay, and then what happened with joint? Because as far as I've seen before, the Joint Chiefs of Staff is connected to this, to removing Trump. So I wonder what happened there. Okay. And then this is it. And what's their strategy? Okay. Yeah, that's right. I wonder, that's right. I wonder this. So now, guys, remember before, and I first would see it was like, oh, this thing's going to happen. But now it looks like they have everything tied up. And it makes perfect sense, right? It's not like from our perspective, oh, look, this is happening. We see this happening. But in order for something to actually become public from the legal community, it only comes out when they already have everything tied up. They don't risk, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, but it's not impeachment, Jess. It's not impeachment. I'm not talking. I don't see an impeachment. Okay. I feel like what I mean by that is that it's something else that has to happen. Impeachment. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. This is like okay, and this is like I don't know. Let's look into this, but I feel like it's pressure for him to resign. Okay, because everything's gonna be public. This is it. I've said before, it's possible that he wants to leave once everything becomes public. Because can you imagine Trump having to sit? I don't remember exactly how impeachment happens, but they have to go out there in public, and like he has to sit and answer the questions. Can you imagine? He would never do that. You're not going, yeah, I don't think this is how they're going to approach it. And also, you have to remember, guys, there's one person who did a Watergate, one of the people who work for and with Mueller. So they are familiar with the possibility of negotiation, okay? So, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's ridiculous. This is what Nixon did. But Nixon, even though he was horrible, he was much better than Trump. He didn't want to put the country through and put his reputation through. But then the Republicans were against him then. Now, let's see what's happening. Okay, what's going to happen? Will the Republicans, I said before yesterday, will the Republicans change? Okay. Will they want, okay. How is this going to happen? I feel like they're going to, yeah, exactly. Nixon wasn't a traitor, exactly. I know I've said before, guys. I don't think that he does not announce the resignation. Somebody else does. Okay, they read the pay, like, so it's something that Trump didn't write either, I think. But okay, so then let's see here. Okay, so do you mind? I'm gonna get started. Yeah. What you write? Do you guys? I think we'll have the interesting discussions. Yeah. Yeah. But the CIA, no, the CIA is only outside of the US, right? As far as I could tell. So it's not, it has to be something. Okay, anyway, so let's see. I'm going to close the eyes now. I'm going to close eyes and see what's happening. Okay, so let me focus. I'm not seeing comments right now at this moment. Okay. Let me just first start with a broad question here, guys. So, protection. So what are the options here for Trump at this moment? What are the exit strategies, if any? Okay, so I'm going to compare. This is what I'm going to do first, guys, mentally, is I'm going to do 3 options here. Even though I think, I really believe that only one is going to happen. A, that he stays until 2020. We'll have to look at all the options. B, that he gets impeached. And C, that he resigns, okay, that he leaves the government. Resigns, including if he's forced out, that would also be resignation. But you know what I mean? He's given some sort of deal, or they come to an agreement and he leaves. Okay, he leaves, whichever way he leaves, as long as it's not impeachment. So let's see which of these 3 options is likeliest to happen. Okay, A, that he stays until 2020. 2, that he is impeached. And 3, that he resigns or leaves for whatever reasons. Tell me how it's going to happen. Okay, guys, so right away, I'll tell you what I see now. So I see, first, I looked at the image of 2020, and it was like I saw that I visualized first this sign of 2020, and it, like I said, I've done this before for elections. Right away, it's like a person has to walk a path, and then when they get to the end is 2020. So it shows that Trump is very far from 2020, and way far. It's like a year, but it's like a year, meaning the end of 2019 is already kind of far too. So I feel like I started to sort of count when and then it shows the image of Trump falling down. It's as if he's walking on a platform, but the platform is on the air, and then there's a trap door opens and he falls down, and so it started moving closer to us. And I feel like probably the early February. I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, don't trust my timing. It's not, a lot of times not correct, but it just shows that this is the circumstance. And then I looked at impeachment. So the problem with impeachment is that he himself is looking at impeachment, and he's like he could not bear the thought that all these people are going to be voting against him, or they're going to say something negative about him. And this is unbearable to him. To have to sit there and be criticized, it's impossible. Okay, A. And then B, it shows that the problem, shows the circumstances of him leaving. He's going to push as far as he can, okay, to try to leave. When he can't do that, to try to kind of get a deal or whatever, right? Because I've said before yesterday, guys, he's the type of person who's capable of not only not paying millions of dollars in the money he owes, but also suing the banks back. So he's capable of asking for anything. So he's pushing and pushing, trying to get things. He doesn't get anything. And then, but that, like I said before, I see him as this ashamed little boy. Okay, he's like, when the money thing, I've said before, comes out, the truth about the money comes out, he wants to hide. He's like, I want to hide. He wants to hide. because he can only be in public with the persona. He cannot be in public with the real Donald. Okay. So, and guys, this is reminding me two things. One, there was, I think, David K. Johnson thing. He always goes to these shows. He talks about it. He says that he's like, Trump he's not a person. He's a character. He's this image. He said one thing. And then another thing that it said was that, what was it? It was this thing that he said. Yeah, he does no self-reflection. Or the other thing was that there was a moment I think it was something, what was it? I think it was a Canadian president called him Donald. And apparently he hates being called Donald, because this is what he's reminding me, guys. It goes back to his, I guess, childhood, or the person he's trying to hide. You know what I mean? So he creates a persona because his whole thing is like he wants to hide the unlovable part of himself, okay? Quote unquote. So when the true self emerges, which to him is that the person that doesn't have money or whatever it is, he's so ashamed he has to go. Okay, so this is it. Okay, the way to get him out is going to be through the finances, the truth about the finances. Okay, even the sexual stuff. Okay, I think it is harmful for the audience, but it doesn't shame him as much as money. The money, having no money or being fake, which is what he is. We know he's fake, but being revealed as not being wealthy is really to him the worst. Okay, so he can't bear it, and he goes down. There's like a little stairs, and sort of like up. It's sort of like first week of February up to second or I don't know, just like early to mid February or something. I think he kind of goes. He's like tries to negotiate and like tries, and eventually just kind of goes around the corner. Okay, so let me just ask, where does he go? So he wants to run. Where does he go? Where do you go, President? I'll go bathroom. No. Okay, so where do you go? So guys, okay, what I see, and I'm not looking at your comments, by the way, just because it's I've said before, when I have these visions, sometimes it's important to not look at any comments, just because so that I can say everything I'm seeing. Okay, and then afterwards I can look into comments. But it's saying, I think here, he escapes through the back door and he goes into some sort of holding. What is it called? It's like when you go into a hospital and you have to check in, or like emergency room kind of thing. It looks like he's like, okay, he has to go into one of those and be checked. And now I see the military again. They want to debrief him. Okay, I don't know if you can call it that. But because he's a danger, we know that he's a danger to national security. You can't just leave him. Not, even, I mean, I think even if he were to go to court or whatever, it's still dangerous to have him out there. So they want to debrief him. And this is the last thing I think. He's like, he lost it. He's like, doesn't know where to go anyway. But there's this like high ranking. I still see the military people, guys, kind of talking to him, not like interrogation or something, but they have to watch over him. And there's staff. Okay, so it's not a super secretive place, with like interrogation thing. It's just, to me, it looks like a hospital, some sort of hospital, and there's people around there. Okay, so that's what it looks like to me. Okay, and then, like I said before, I guess I've seen it before, but that's it. Okay, he does not go to his house or whatever. He's always gonna have. He's gonna be in what in Portuguese say prisão domiciliar. Okay, house arrest. That's it. But it's not a house. It's something like that looks like a house, but it's not a house. It's like there's 24/7. I guess it must be some sort of psychiatric prison, something like that. Okay, he's not allowed to like go out. You can't. I guess the home. If it was like a house prison of your house, you can order food. You could do whatever. This situation, I don't think he cannot do that. It's not his house. Okay, he has to deal with that. He has to sit there and just be there. Okay, so okay, now I'm gonna open here comments because I think I have a few. I just want to see. Yeah. Yeah. Hannibal. Yeah. I'm just looking at the comments here. So yeah, guys, I feel like, yeah, this is the thing. The shrug shoulders, exactly. They don't have a strategy, right? So they're thinking that they pretend that nothing happens, okay? So, all right. So let's see. I'm gonna go again now. Let's see. I want to know let me actually. I'm gonna ask this question about you guys. The shrug shoulder strategy. Is this what they're doing? Okay. What are they doing? What do they hope to accomplish? This is I'm gonna phrase it this way. What do they hope to accomplish through this strategy? Okay. What do they hope to accomplish? What is Trump and his, I guess, team? Him and very smart, man. Giuliani. Giuliani, very smart. Very smart. Yeah. So okay. So let's see. Now, what what do they hope to accomplish with this strategy that pretends that nothing's happening? The whole thing for them is the gaslighting. He's like, no, people are look. It's like Trump is always about the media or the camera. He's looking at the camera. He doesn't acknowledge laws or anything. Just about the camera. So as long as you create a fantasy, then it's real. Okay, okay, so then yeah, they're not gonna believe it. It's just a storm. It's a storm. It passes. All this stuff passes. I'm going to continue here. It's ridiculous. No way. That's not reality. This is where I said before, guys. You know, this is kind of. It's the one thing that Trump. That it's almost like we should study in a. I guess we can call it a positive way. Is that he really does not believe the reality. It's that there's a good element about it. Is that he like very confident because he believes that his vision is the truth. However, he's crazy. You know what I mean? And he actually doesn't acknowledge reality. And he feels like, let's say who's gonna win. He's like this. He really believes, guys, this is so strange, that he is a special. I'm special. I'm better. You know, he's like talking. He's like, these people are nothing. Look at me. I've done all this. I came from nothing. Like nothing meaning I was like a guy that people used to laugh at. You know, I came from like, he had money before. And he's like, hey, look at me. I'm a president. Where is that guy? What does he think he is? I dictate the reality. Okay. So this is it. Okay, he's going to continue as if nothing happens because he feels that if he acknowledges, this is what loss is for him. Okay, if he acknowledges the reality that other people are putting out on him, okay, if he even acknowledges that, that means he loses. Okay, so for him, it's kind of like is that okay? It's that he's never had to, and it's like it's showing me this is goes back straight back to the example I gave you guys, which is the bank. He would say, no, you owe me. Okay, no, I don't owe you anything. You've screwed up. So he would do these situations so he could get away from it. But it takes, it takes a lot of chutzpah. It takes a lot of it's not very human, it's like really crazy that he can just kind of pretend so much. But this is it. Okay, so he pretends. So how does he ever get out of that? Does he get out of there? People start falling, guys. It's showing it's interesting. Showing, those it's like a chess piece for each of the family, Ivanka, Kushner, everybody falling like, as if they were like wooden toys. So they all fall. He stays there. He's like, no, it's nothing. No real. No, forget about it. So, and I think guys, he's prevented from going abroad. Okay. Next year, I feel like there's some trips or maybe that he was planned or planning and they're not going to let him. Okay. Yeah, exactly. The ambulance. I just feel, but like I said, that's right. It was like that looks like a hospital, but I feel like they don't let him leave. They know because obviously there's a risk here, but stuff starts falling. People start falling down, like going down, and he pretends like nothing's happened. He's going to continue all the way. Okay, is he ever going to acknowledge what's happening and how is this going to? He goes into his mind. He goes into the fantasy world. He does not acknowledge. Because like I said, if he acknowledges this other reality, that means he's Donald, the little boy that that is very embarrassing. So, no, but in the end, if you guys are saying, oh, he could go, but think about it. If any country were to take him, it would be too much trouble. Okay, imagine if the reality of Saudi Arabia were to take him, they would have to suffer consequences. Okay, it's not advantageous. Trump is only useful to people once he's in the government. Once he's out, he's useless, right? Because he's, he only maybe has information, but for, like I said, for a country to take him, that would mean they have to fight the US. It's sort of like, it's a little bit like Julian Assange. Okay, if you take Julian Assange, then you're saying, you're admitting that you're, kind of messed with the elections in some way. So, okay, so nobody really wants right? Okay, now nobody wants to. It's not just him, but it's like he's just so, like, he's so demanding. Like, who wants that guy? He's trash. Okay, and he's afraid. No, ultimately, guys, he's afraid. He's a coward. You know what I mean? Think about it. Okay, so then he can't even withdraw money, guys. I feel like his bank accounts are frozen, and even the people that he doesn't know how to do basic things. And like I said, his children go away and leave or whatever. And I feel like I feel I still see Ivanka, guys, betraying him in the end. Like, she takes his money, or like, he's like, oh, where's my money? Oh, bye, dad. Or like, she's I'm not saying that, I think she's right in the end, that he probably abused her in some, he's disgusting. So she's taking her revenge now. But, she has to survive with her kids now without Jared. So, you know what I mean? So I just feel like the whole thing is really, yeah, exactly. No, but I don't think he ever leaves, guys. I don't think he ever leaves. Um, right. I don't think he ever goes away. There's going to be law enforcement around him all the time. Okay. So somebody saying, I don't know if it's true that he's, let's see where he is. Where's Don? I don't think he can, Don Jr. There's law enforcement. It's like he may say he's leaving, I'm sure there's agents everywhere, on his tail. I don't think he's, those people. I mean, they're not, right? So yeah. So okay. So what's going on? There's a date, guys. I see, it's interesting. I see Don Jr. He got a book. He has a date on it, 23rd. Let's see what day of the week is the 23rd of December. Let's see here. Open calendar up. Interesting. Sunday, guys. Oh, interesting. It's a Sunday. So I don't know. I think they gave him a date to, like, okay, this is the date where you're going to have to surrender. Surrender. Or at least be indicted, okay? Let me ask this question. Will Don Jr. and or Kushner go to prison once their indictment is announced? Or are they going to be out? What's going to happen? Guys, it's kind of interesting here. Yeah, but Jessica, he's not, don't worry about Don Jr. I mean, he's not freed. He's not like, I don't believe it. Okay, I'm sorry. Regardless of where he is, there's police on his back. He's not free. He's not hiding from anybody. Okay, it doesn't matter. He's just, yeah, right. So anyway, so this is the thing. It shows that the difference here is just that the Mueller and law enforcement was nice to the people that they needed information from. Okay, they were trying to flip. Now, what is happening is that it's showing here that this time, when they announced to people that they said there's grave danger to national security, then I think he may have to be in prison. Also because, imagine if there's all these crazy people that, I don't know, guys. I think there's going to be a change here. It's going to be more serious. And if you think about, look at what they said in that indictment, it's extremely serious. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Now, All right. I had a interesting question here. I had a question about oh, the Republicans. Okay, so this is it. Now, how are the Republicans? I think once this now that this stuff is happening, what are the Republicans? I said before yesterday, guys. I was like, well, it looks like they're going to just feel like maybe we'll have to change here, but I feel like they are so compromised. Okay, so what is going to happen to the Republicans? Oh, oh, and I was going to ask. This connects to something with Republicans. So what is, let's say after January, starting January, how are the Republicans going to change? Because guys, they're all compromised. This is the problem. And this is not just even because it's not people who say, oh, the Republicans, they don't want to go after Trump. No, it's not that they want to go after Trump. They want to survive. Okay, because they are compromised as well. Okay. And I wanted to say also, guys, this is kind of interesting. Well, just a side note, you know, the Heritage Foundation, right? So the Heritage Foundation is supported pretty much by the Kochs. It's super far right. They're very powerful. So they tweeted, okay, and they tweeted, oh, now the Democrats, they don't win an election in North Carolina. Oh, they should accept it, huh? Yeah. So I thought it was really telling that the Heritage Foundation was saying this because they're afraid. You know what I mean? Like if the essentially these are Koch mouthpieces, okay? They are saying something. It's because they know it's coming to them next. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they know, all of them know what's coming, and they want to deflect. They don't, and I feel, guys, you know, they don't know what the government has on them. You know, I think the government has a lot on them, and they don't know. Okay, but let's look. Okay, so let's look. I want to know. Here's what I want to know: how the Republicans are going to change after, you know, how, you know, if they're going to be indicted or whatever. Okay, and that's going to change. What's going to change about the Republicans? And let's say the Senate, because we know the House is the House, but what about the Senate? How is the Senate going to change in terms of the Republicans? There are going to be indictments. Okay, and then this is the other thing. This may be a little too far-fetched. Okay, but I'm kind of curious. What position will the Republicans be in by 2020? Do they even know who's going to run? I think, you know who I think they want is that guy Ben. You know, what's his name? Ben Sass. Yeah. Yeah. Ben Sass, he's so caring, right? Yeah. They want Ben Sass. They want, what's his name? Who are the people that are going to be, they think they're going to run? I don't even know, guys. I think it's Ben Sass and other people, okay? Yeah, it's like so interesting because they're so muted. Okay, I want to know what's going to happen to the Republicans. Are they even going to, you know, have candidates? Okay, Trey got it. Trey got it. I like a lot. Trey got it. Yeah, Nikki Haley Corker. Yeah. I said before. I said recently. Okay. So let's see let's see what's going to happen to, you know what? This is it, guys. This is going to, let's look into the Senate next year. Okay. Early next year, how they're going to change, if they're going to change. A. B, I'm going to close here, guys. B, just so I can focus, you know, because sometimes it's harder for me to focus. So then B, how are the Republicans going to change between now and 2020? Okay. And then I think I already said many times they're going to be nervous, but I'm just like, I just want to see if there's going to be a change, because people are saying, oh, the Republicans finally going to do something. No, they're not going to do anything because, like I said, they are afraid. Because isn't it interesting, the whole thing with North Carolina, that why would the Kochs, you know, basically the Heritage Foundation, be out there talking about this election? Why are they defending this, right? Because they know they're involved in this somehow. Okay, and another thing, guys, there's this I forgot. There's some sort of publication in England, I think, and they are attacking Carol Kalawadar. I don't even know how to spell her name, how to say her name. It's this British journalist who did all these amazing articles for the Guardian. about the Cambridge Analytica. So it turns out the Kochs are also financing these people, and so they're attacking her. And you think, okay, well, the whole thing in Cambridge Analytica is all about Mercer, but the Kochs are getting involved. They're getting nervous. You know what I mean? So this is interesting. You know what I mean? It's like it's like in a moment of desperation, it's clear they know about this stuff. Okay, these people are not. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're not innocent. So let's look into it. Okay. All right, now let me close my eyes and see. Okay, so then tell me about what's going on with the Republicans, especially the Republicans in Senate. Oh, I'm remembering, guys, this is the question. Somebody left a comment on YouTube and said, ask Turtle how he sees this. Ask Turtle how he thinks about Trump's situation and their situations. Let me just, actually, this might be a better question. Looking into Mitch McConnell. Yeah? Okay, so let's go. Turtle! Okay. What's going on, Turtle? Oh, like, oh, this is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. We just need to pass our thing. They want to. Guys, can I tell? This is disgusting, but it's true. This is not secret. So he's like, we're ready to cut Social Security and Medicare. And now this asshole comes around with bullshit. If only he had kept his mouth shut. He's pissed because he's like, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And so he's thinking about his bullshit legacy, okay? And they're not going to be able to do what they want because they're going to waste, the time, everything. And it's like you're saying, all the eyes are on us now. They're kind of like afraid that the truth is going to come out. Really? You're afraid? Yeah, don't be afraid. It's coming out for sure. So, okay. So then what does he think is, okay, Tata, what's going to happen to President? Huh? Huh? Oh, I think he should leave. I should just, damn it. How are you going to deal with the situation, Turtle? We'll have to wait and see. So he's gathering them together as a block, okay, and they're kind of try to like not move. They don't know. They're like, let's not move. Let's not do anything. He's pissed because he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cut it all. If it's like he's mad at Trump because if it wasn't for Trump, he thinks that they could still have the house and they would get rid of everything. Get rid of Social Security, Medicare, anything. So he can't. He's like, damn it. And at the same time, so they're sticking together as a block, as also is showing me this big wall. Okay, I don't think it's about Trump's wall. I think it's about gaslighting, right? They want to hold them, try to prevent the truth from coming out. So let's get it together. Let's be wise about what we do and see what Mueller has. Okay. Does he know? Okay, so does he, Toro, are you in trouble? Do you know you're in trouble? Yeah, we've been subpoenaed. We know that there's a connection between the NRA and the GOP, and they're waiting, guys. They're waiting for the bad news to come out, okay? Try to compare. What is that? Guys, it's kind of like it's reminding me, I guess the comparable situation is like, let's say a person knows that they heard somebody told them they think they're going to be fired, and it's like waiting for bad news. They know the news is bad. They don't know how bad. Okay, if they're going to be fired, if they're going to not get a promotion, that kind of expectation of something negative coming out. They don't know how bad, but they still, it's so interesting. They don't think they're in as a bad position as they are because they have money. This is the thing. They feel like they've never converted so many billionaires into our cause. Yeah. So, okay. So then, okay, what's next? Yeah, guys, it shows that just like this indictment now, the indictment of the Republicans in the area is going to be boom. It's going to be, very straightforward. Obviously, it's legal document, so they're going to have to be very honest, and they're not. They're going to be sort of breathless, okay, like that. And yeah, they've been alerted. Okay, they know something's coming. Okay, and is their attitude towards Trump going to change between, let's say, the beginning? Let's say this Republican Senate between very early 2019 and at the very end, like within a year. Where are they going to be? It's kind of interesting, guys. So I see first that they still have, like I said, the block thing early January. They're still like, we're strong, we're powerful, whatever. But then towards the end of the year, those, I think it's bowling, I think it's those things that there's only a few left. But it's like, imagine if each one is a bowling thing, pin, I guess you call it, right? And then there's like very few left. I don't know that it means that they're going to, it's almost as if they're not even present, or like they're so involved in all of these things that they can't even get themselves together. And I kind of feel like there's not one, okay, what happens? Okay, let me just tell you the big picture, and then I'll ask about separate people. But what I'm seeing here is interesting because it's like there's very few left. But what I mean by that is, obviously, I think they have to have substitutes or something, right? It's like, but at the same time, it just feels like there's all these it's in flux, several special elections, and I feel the same people that were still there, they're not there anymore. It's telling you Mike Lee, no, he was the guy who said no to protecting Mueller from Utah. There's all these people, okay? It doesn't matter who they are necessarily, right? It's just showing that they're not gonna have a direction at the end of the year. They don't know where to go because it's all corrupt. Like the effect of these indictments on them, and it's showing me again, guys. That's why I say don't be afraid of the base, because they're like breaking they have local offices. People go in and they throw rocks. I mean, women, not like crazy vandals or anything, but regular people get so angry. They destroy their offices in their hometowns or whatever. Their houses are like, there's protests in front of their houses. It's like, you're so angry. And I feel like I see Bloomberg. Okay. Now, I don't know that he's going to run as a Republican. I think he might run as an independent. I think there's going to be some sort of independent candidate here that's not associated with the Republican Party, who might take some of the votes. Okay. But I don't think that it's, at all. Yeah, I'm a traitor. Yeah. Vote for me. I just feel like they have nowhere to go after this. It's really bad. Okay. It just has, like I said, because think about it, guys, the whole thing with them, we know that's not new, is that they are all about attacking Obama. Okay. They have nothing to build on. They only have things to destroy. So once it's revealed that it's all done because of treason, where are they going to go? There's nowhere to go. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to hold on to? Nothing. Oh, we need to destroy Social Security. Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? There's nothing. There are no values, guys. This is the truth. Okay. There are no values. It's all about that. And I think the business people, it's interesting. It's showing here the business people, who paid for them, are embarrassed. The companies that are too associated with Republicans are embarrassed. Okay, they're ashamed and they're embarrassed. They're like, oh my God, I had even the people that, but I feel like it shows that there's some people, Adelson, he may actually also be there, and the Kochs and several people have a lot of power, the donors. Others are donors, but they don't exactly know everything. So once these other people figure out what these guys were doing, they're angry too. Because you know how they are. If you're those people who are super rich and they have a lot of power, they really get mad if they get passed over for something, So that's that, okay? So this is what I feel like, okay? Oh, Zara Jen said, but Bloomberg said, yeah, but I don't know, guys, if he's going to run for president. Somebody, I don't know who it is. It doesn't have to be him, but I'm saying somebody kind of like Bloomberg, who's basically an old, like, economic Republican. You know what I mean? Who was like about, conservative, what is it called? The budget or stuff like that. You know how they used to be or whatever. Who are not religious. This is the thing, because those Republicans that are like the religious right people are like not, kind of crazy. It's like, where do they go? The right, the religious right is not in a good place. Okay. So I just feel like they're going to have to, regroup or whatever you call it. There's going to be, and it shows, in fighting and everything, because obviously, like, what's left? Right? I feel like it's, it's interesting because it's such a hierarchical part, right? They're very hierarchical, but then once, like, it's just like, it's going to be interesting. Okay. So it's like, that's it, guys. Okay. Yeah, but Janice, oh, by the way, the riots in Paris, this is, guys, no. You saw, and I saw the news, the French are now beginning to investigate foreign influence in these riots, okay? I've said before, I've been retweeting all these images from other people who have all this information, show images of Russians, Russian flags, names of people who, it's very serious. It's really a Russian thing. So don't worry about it. Obviously he's supporting those terror because it's a Russian thing. Obviously, he's a Russian stooge. All he does is push the Russian agenda. So you know what I mean? The bottom line. It's interesting, guys. You talk about that, yeah. And I remember the thing about Nikki Haley, that she had so many problems, and I think she wanted to find some sort of job in the private sector that would pay. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Okay, guys. I don't want to go too far. It's like, how long does it say here the thing has been going on? Just for the last question, okay, before I go. This is 56 minutes. So, okay, so then I want just the last question, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna do a broadcast tomorrow. I don't know. I'll definitely Monday. I might do for as well. I don't know. I'll see. But let's just say that this. Oh, that's right. This is it. This is the question, Kali. Thank God for reminding. Thank God for reminding. So Dunford. Okay, this is this. Tell me about the situation. The situation of Dunford, and Mark Milley. Okay, what is the situation here of Dunford and leaving, and how did it happen? So guys, okay, this is interesting. Okay, so it shows, the first image I have is I think is, have you seen, there's this guy named Artem. He's a Russian guy. I don't know how to spell his name. There now people finally realizing he puts all this information out in his account, and then Trump follows. He's the guy who said that he should replace Nikki Haley with a woman named Heather Nauert. Okay, so then it shows an envelope, somebody giving Trump an envelope, and it's the name, and this is the information. Okay, so basically he's saying the reason why they wanted him out is because he's very close to oh my God, what is the name of the Secretary of Defense? I forget. Mattis. Okay, so he's close to Mattis, and they have an alliance together, and they want them weakened because the Russians think these are the people who are stopping them from what they want. Okay, so that's that. Now, why did they pick this guy? Because he might be close to, what's his name, the State Department. He kind of reminds me of that. That guy, okay, the State Department guy, the Pompeo, okay, but I feel like he's not gonna. I mean, the military are not gonna betray, okay, yeah. So this is, they all know what's going on, okay, they all know what's going on, and this is like, I think it was a Russian thing, okay, honestly, it was Russian orders, and I think they, and also I see Dunford talking to Mueller, okay, so they're all kind of pretending that they're not together in it. I feel, okay. Is the military, okay, I've never asked this question because I always assumed, okay, so is the military united against Trump? Are they aware of what's going on? They have it's like military intelligence is very advanced. They know everything. They're catching all the information because it's coming from the outside to Trump. So it's like they know everything. They don't even, it's like, yeah, they're like, don't even worry about it. They're the most aware. Because the interesting thing they're saying is that the military, out of these other powers, they don't have an image. They don't have to put an image to the country. You know what I mean? They are like not about they don't care about how, if they're going to look good in Fox News. They have a job to do. You know what I mean? So this is interesting. It's like they don't care. They don't want to be popular because to them, it's like, it's always like, obviously they're, life and death really for them all the time. So it's not like they're like, oh, do you think they're gonna like me? They're going to vote for me? Huh? You like me? Huh? No, they don't care. So for that reason, this is interesting. You know, they're very united about it. They have it shows, guys, they're rated. They have all kinds of things, all kinds of information, okay, about this, about what's really going on. And they're looking at what's going on in France, and they have, you know, they know what's going on, that we are being, there's stuff that we don't know, okay? So they're like, don't we, guys, this is like, and I still, guys, I get patent again, and I still get done for that. It's like they're out there, so they're protecting. Yeah, protecting. Because yeah, they're guys, and they are the ones that know. They know more than anybody about treason, because they, like I said, they intercepted the communications. Not the CIA does too, but I feel like, I guess the military is different. Okay, I don't know exactly. The CIA, I guess, is more like information. The military sees things in motion. Okay, they see things in, I don't know, explain it. They just have a different view of things. Okay, it's almost like it's happening in. They have the tactical view of things. Okay, like how they are actually happening. I think the CIA is a lot about strategy and gathering information, but them, it's like they see things moving in real world, the real, and in full time live. So, okay, so then I'm just gonna ask again. I know I've said it. So, what is the role of Joint Chiefs of Staff in leaving Trump? Okay, and like having him leave. Okay, so they give him the information. Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, they can't, the interesting thing here, guys, is that he can't split the military. Okay. It's interesting. It's very interesting because, like I said, the Russians are all about creating division. Okay. So that means they want to weaken the alliances. So that's why they got rid of Dunford, because he's close to Mattis. Okay. And so what Trump wants is to weaken the military by making them fight with each other, or trying to get the most respected. And he's saying that, I mean, they all respect each other, but they have such a respect for Dunford. Okay. And they're like, they really love him. So it's like they want to take out the person that has the most respect. And sounds disgusting, but we know this guy. Let's say President. Where is the thing? Oh, 1 second. I'm going to ask. I still haven't removed the thing. Okay. President, why you do it, huh? Sorry, guys. 1 second. President, I have questions. Why do you do this to military? Huh? They're very good people. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay. Yeah, they just don't want to do what I want. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna take him out. Yeah. I'm gonna take him out. Because this is it. This is like when people are together and President? Oh my God, President, no. Yeah, he wants to take it out. So you know what I mean? So he's like, oh no. I don't like them, I was just talking to them. I just was like, they don't want to do what I want, so I'm just like, you know what, get out of here. So it's like they're like friends. Like they wouldn't pay attention when I was singing, and they wouldn't pay attention. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of him. Yeah, the military. I want my space shuttle. I want my thing. Oh, Marilyn's talking about the military. What the hell was that? The quote situation. What the hell was that? That was so wrong. I can't even. I'm just like, okay, guys, I get mad. And I realize some people like it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like emotional. I get so angry. I get so angry. You know what I mean? What the hell does he think he is? Like, I just can't even. I can't even. Can you imagine? It was somebody else's, exactly. It's like somebody else's funeral. He had to get something, do something so that he would feel like it's more important. And it's not like, I'm like defending like Bush or whatever, but it's just like, this is not the occasion where you come up with your bullshit. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Flush him down. So We are, yeah. So, oh my God. Yeah. So it's like unbelievable. Trash. 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 President is going to be flushed down. Trash. President is going down the toilet. Flush down. President. Flush down. Trash. So that's that, guys. Okay. So this is it. You know what, guys? I should go. Okay. I think we answered the questions. This was very rich today. I think it was very interesting. And that's that. Okay. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for, probably not tomorrow. Probably there's a smaller group here. I'm gonna send you guys this thing. So anyway, so we'll see. Okay. So yeah. So yeah. So see you later, guys. Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna go back because I'm sure, until this trash leaves, we're gonna have to meet almost every day. You know what I mean? Don't you think? It's like you never know. Well, we're togetherness. Okay. See you later. Have a good night. Good night. Okay. Bye bye. See you later. Bye. Bye.